Hi children, welcome back to our biology class. Previous class we studied about biodiversity, biodiversity depletion and red data book. Today we are going to discuss about the last part of this chapter. Let's start our class. Children, look at this illustration. What can you analyze from this illustration? Biodiversity. It provides us a number of things. We have rights to use them. After knowing the scope of biodiversity, we exploit them to the maximum possible extent. But we forgot that we have the responsibility to conserve them. If we not conserve our biodiversity, it wipes off the lives from the surface of the earth. There are many national and international organizations and legal systems working for the conservation of biodiversity. Two types of conservation methods are prevalent. They are in situ conservation and ex situ conservation. In situ conservation, the organisms are protected in their natural habitats. And in ex situ conservation, the organisms are protected outside their natural habitats. Wildlife sanctuary, national park, community reserves, biosphere reserves, sacred groves, ecological hotspots are some examples of in situ conservation. First, wildlife sanctuary. These are forest areas declared as protected areas to prevent the extinction of wildlife by protecting the ecosystem. Pepara, Periyar, Wayanad, etc. are examples of wildlife sanctuaries in Kerala. Second, national parks. National parks are designed to protect wildlife along with the protection of historical monuments, natural resources, and geographical features of an area. Iravikulam, Silent Valley, Anamudi Shola, Madikettan Shola, and Pambadum Shola are the national parks in Kerala. Next one, community reserves. Community reserves are areas protected with the participation of the public. These are ecologically important places located in populated areas. The Kadalundi Community Reserve spread over the districts of Malappuram and Kozhikode is an example of community reserve. Next, biosphere reserves. These are vast regions designed with an aim to protect world's important ecosystems, biodiversity, and genetic resources. Biosphere reserves like the Nilgiris and Agasthyarkudam include areas belonging to Kerala. Next is sacred groves. These are small areas of biodiversity protected in regions inhabited by human beings. Due to changes in lifestyle, many of these which were highly bio-rich have been destroyed. Only a few are remaining now. Sacred groves play an important role in the conservation of water. Next one is ecological hotspots. The ecological hotspots are areas rich in endemic species but facing the threat of habitat destruction. Each hotspot is ecologically a very important area of biodiversity. Out of the 34 hotspots all over the world, 3 of them are in India. They are Western Ghats, Northeastern Himalayas, and the Indo-Burma region. The endemic species means the organisms which are found in just one particular region and nowhere else in the world. Zoological gardens, botanical gardens, and gene banks are the examples of ex situ conservation. First, zoological gardens. Zoological gardens are conservation centers where different varieties of animals are protected and housed separately and where necessary arrangements are made available for their reproduction. They also function as conservation centers of organisms which have become extinct in wild. There are zoological gardens at Thiruvananthapuram and Thrissur in Kerala. Next, botanical gardens. These are wide research centers where rare and important plants of diverse species are protected. We can identify many plants and get more information about them by visiting a botanical garden. Jawaharlal Nehru Tropical Botanical Garden and Research Institute at Palod in Thiruvananthapuram and Malabar Botanical Garden at Olavanna in Kozhikode are the examples of the botanical gardens in Kerala. Next is gene banks. These are research centers with facilities to collect seeds and gametes to preserve them for a long time. Organisms can be recreated out of them whenever required. Rajiv Gandhi Center for Biotechnology at Thiruvananthapuram is an example. Let's look some of the organizations and institutions at the national and international level for conservation of biodiversity. First, IUCN, International Union for Conservation of Nature. IUCN is a Switzerland-based independent organization working for the protection of biodiversity. Next one is WWF, Worldwide Fund for Nature. Biodiversity conservation, prevention of exploitation and pollution of natural resources are the objectives of WWF. Its headquarters is also in Switzerland. Children, how can we protect our nature? Yes, by plant saplings and nurture them, keep the surroundings clean, take part in awareness programs, reduce pollution, etc. Okay children, let's wind up our today's section. Today we studied about the last part of this chapter. All of you study well. See you in the next class. Thank you.